The stepping stones at Ogmore were once used by the locals as an annual event where they would race across them, and the fastest across took home the prize. Not for the faint-hearted, I think. Once across the river, there is a path that leads from the castle to Merthyr Mawr, an old and very quaint little village nearby. To the north of this bridge there stood, along the banks of the river, an inn called the New Inn. At the time, passengers on their way by stagecoach or on foot from the west had to cross the river on foot and there transfer to another coach at Ogmore to head to London. Many of these travellers were tradesmen on their way to the larger towns and cities in the east to sell their goods. Many would stop at the New Inn overnight to rest before they crossed the river and it is recorded that Cat Cork was hanged at a local town called Cowbridge for stealing sheep, but it was not until the early 19th century, while the remains of the New Inn were being demolished, that the truth of his activities came to light through the discovery of a cave nearby the old kitchen, which contained the remains of the goods stolen, and in the garden and adjacent fields the remains of some of his victims. There is a tale of a ghost at the castle called the White Lady, and it is said that she guards the castle's hidden treasure. One such story tells of the White Lady wandering the area until a local man finally gathered the courage to approach her. It is then said that the spirit led him to a treasure, which was a cauldron filled with gold, hidden under a heavy stone within the old castle tower, and she allowed the man to take half the treasure for himself. However, the man, filled with greed, later returned and took more of the treasure. This act angered the spirit, who attacked the man as he returned home. The man then fell gravely ill, but he only died once he had confessed his guilt and his greed. Construction of Ogmore Castle is said to have started round about 1106, but its foundations may have preceded the Norman conquest. The castle was in use until the 19th century for a range of purposes, including a court of justice and a prison. But it is now a substantial set of remains and a local landmark